Oh buddy, grab your poutine, kiss your pet beaver, and duct tape your snow boots to the floor because Canada just experienced the most politically Canadian faceplant since Justin Trudeau tried to snowboard through a climate policy. It's 2025. What was supposed to be a routine federal election? You know, the usual polite shuffle of power, where CBC gushes, someone mumbles historic, and the rest of us go back to grumbling about housing has officially gone full national gong show. The kind of chaos that makes you wonder if Elections Canada was using hockey sticks instead of ballot scanners. And at the center of this flaming dumpster on ice, none other than Mark Spreadsheet Messiah Carney, Liberal Party's answer to a personality vacuum. The man destined to glide into 24 Sussex, like a carbon-neutral angel flapping in from Davos. The elites swooned. CBC practically lit a scented candle. Bay Street ordered an extra round of oat milk lattes. This was the guy, the technocrat whisperer, the savior, the Lester B. Pearson 2.0, except without the personality, the record, or the ability to speak. Like an actual human being, all Carney had to do was mumble sustainable a few times, sprinkle in equitable frameworks, flash that Davos badge, and boom, Prime Minister. Easy, but oh no. The Carney coronation veered off the rails faster than a Via Rail train running on federal optimism. Ballot irregularities. Check. Signature mismatches. You bet. Entire writings flipping like flapjacks at a Saskatoon fundraiser. Absolutely. And where was Mark Carney during this mess? Hiding. He managed a 43-second speech about democratic values before vanishing faster than ethics at a Liberal fundraiser. Meanwhile, Pierre Poilievre, the man was everywhere, not in some filtered Instagram town hall. No, in actual towns, Medicine Hat, Red Deer, Ajax, shaking hands, taking names, listening to voters instead of lecturing them. And when the election chaos hit, he didn't flinch. He called it out loud and clear. This isn't a glitch, it's a disaster. Let's break it down. In Ontario, ballots went on cross-country joyrides with fewer tracking details than a DoorDash order. In Quebec, voters gave the side-eye harder than a Montrealer, watching someone pour ketchup on pout. In Alberta turned mad red, not liberal red. Full on, how do we secede with oil and cattle red? Then the twist nobody saw coming. Governor General Mary Simon, stepping in like a constitutional Jedi when everyone else was the public, when Liberals were still posting selfies, when Mark Carney looked like a malfunctioning NPC in the parliamentary version of The Sims. Mary Simon slammed the brakes. Nope, she said, not today. Not until we figure out what the heck just happened. And boom, constitutional history. For the first time in modern Canada, a Governor General said, you don't get to wear the crown just because the Globe and Mail put your face on a mug. And Carney? Oh boy. It was like watching a man realize he'd just been charged overdraft fees on his political credibility. No answers, no apology. Just bureaucratic mush in the tone of someone who's been downgraded to economy. But Piero's thriving. He wasn't just holding town halls, he was electrifying them. Fire in the belly. Facts in hand. Crowds, massive. The kind that makes CBC pollsters recalibrate their smug meters. Inside the Liberal Party, meltdown leaks, backstabbing MP group chats lighting up like a teenage TikTok drama. One insider called Carney's leadership invisible. Another, uninspired, one even said, he has all the charisma of a damp audit report. It got so bad, MPs were reportedly Googling how to defect to Team Pierre on the House of Commons. WI-FI.N. Just when the Liberals thought it couldn't get worse, every recount flipped more seats. Ontario turned blue. Atlantic Canada flipped. Quebec teetered like a snowplow on black ice. This wasn't a wave, it was an avalanche, burying every Liberal talking point in its path. And Canadians, they woke up. People who hadn't voted since 1993 were suddenly engaged like it was Game 7. Young voters, old voters, even your uncle who only leaves the house for curling and funerals, furious, wide-eyed, paying attention because nothing unites Canadians faster than government incompetence. When your ballot is treated like a polite suggestion, legal experts circled, watchdogs barked, petitions flew faster than Timbits at a toddler birthday party, and all said the same thing: investigate, audit, fix it, or else. Then Thunderbolt number 2. Mary Simon returned to the podium, calm, clear, confirming what every Canadian was already whispering in Tim Hortons parking lots. There would be no new government until this flaming pile of democratic dysfunction was sorted out. Mark Carney had officially lost control, his leadership gone, like his charisma missing and presumed never to have existed. And Pierre, he wasn't waiting for CBC's approval. He wasn't waiting for some Davos roundtable. He was building a movement, a real one, not crafted in think tanks but forged in town halls, hockey rinks, diners, and classrooms. He talked housing, jobs, free speech, fairness, and Canadians listened. Not because media told them to, but because they believed him. Because Pierre showed up. Because Pierre answered questions. Because Pierre treated voters like people, not variables, in a Mark Carney Excel sheet. And now, the map is shifting. The tide is turning. The elites are scrambling. The Laurentian Club is crying into their climate-neutral Chardonnay because Canadians aren't buying it anymore. They want answers. They want accountability. And most of all, they want leaders who don't disappear when democracy starts melting like spring ice in Thunder Bay. So here we are. What comes next? A Poilievre government. A full investigation. A long overdue fix to our crumbling electoral system. Maybe all of the above. But one thing's certain. The days of gaslighting, Canadians with puff pieces, and Davos drivel are over. The country has changed, not because of elites, but because of everyday people who finally stood up and paid attention. And as for Mark Carney, he can take his banker's tie, his recycled buzzwords, and his botched coronation, and go. Find a think tank willing to pretend he's still relevant. Because this is Pierre Poilievre's moment. And he didn't win it with a spreadsheet. He won it the Canadian way with grit, guts, and a whole lot more respect for democracy than anyone thought possible in this cold, glorious country. God bless Mary Simon. God bless accountability. And God help any politician who still thinks Canadians aren't paying attention.